Welcome to Borderline Furniture. I'm Mara, and today I'm diving into the Harvest Spirits Bottle Upscale Challenge with a twist. I'm going full steampunk. This challenge is hosted by the Flippin' Bunch, and the goal is simple: upscale 3 bottles. I chose 3 bottles of oak leaf wine because I plan to give them as gag gifts. First, I removed the labels, and then I cleaned the bottles with isopropyl alcohol. Each bottle was primed and then sprayed with chalk paint. Okay, so this first bottle was the trickiest, and honestly, it's probably my least favorite. I used a piping syringe to fill the tiny molds with resin, creating gears and mini plumbing pieces. These pipettes are super affordable and perfect for small molds. Because the pieces were so tiny, I glued them to a cardboard base to get the spacing right. My hope was one solid piece that would be easier to bend around the bottle's curve. Once the glue dried, I framed the design and poured a silicone mold, which is something I've seen done and I wanted to try myself. I added a rusty looking label using Mod Podge. The industrial paper pack I got from Temu looked more washed out than expected, but I rolled with it. I used the pipettes again to fill my silicone mold, but the casting didn't go as planned. I had to superglue some of the pieces together, and it was a bit of a mess. I heated the cast with my hairdryer to make it pliable and then glued it to the bottle and added gears. This bottle still wasn't cool enough. Then I remembered my steampunk mold with the dragonfly, gears, and butterfly. Perfect for salvaging this chaos. I tried a new air dry clay hack. Freeze the clay-filled mold for a few hours, but not overnight. The clay stiffens, it pops out easy, and it doesn't distort. After drying the clay overnight, I painted the pieces and used tacky glue to attach the dragonfly over the plumbing design. For this one, I printed and cut steampunk-style maple leaves. I used my silhouette to cut gears from scrap cardboard and cast more gears in clay. The leaves were attached with wallpaper paste, and it looks dark when wet, but dries just fine. I painted the clay gears in 3 shades of gold and gave the cardboard gears a grungy texture using paint and sand mix that I had on hand. Everything was glued down with tacky glue. These projects are just a wonderful opportunity to try out new stencils and techniques. And it's not always about creating the most polished result. Sometimes it's just about having a creative outlet and sparking ideas for other makers. The third one is my favorite. I used a brick stencil and joint compound to create a textured faux brick surface. After it dried, I lightly sanded it to remove any loose bits, and then primed and sealed it. I added a steampunk butterfly and gears made from air-dry clay. Once the glue set, I painted the whole bottle black and finished it with copper-tinted wax. The result was cohesive, magical, and full of character. Bottle number 1 had the industrial piping with a steampunk butterfly. Bottle 2, Steampunk maple leaves and layered gears. Bottle number 3 had the faux brick with a butterfly and some copper accents. I think there's like 99 bottles of booze in the playlist, but if you don't believe me, check it out. Hope you enjoyed this. If you have a favorite, let me know in the comments. And thanks for watching.